And when Rachel saw that she bare Jacob no children, Rachel envied her sister and said unto Jacob, Give me children, or else I die. Okay, wow, dramatic much. All right. And Jacob's anger was kindled against Rachel, and he said, Am I in God's stead, who hath withheld me from the fruit of the womb? And she said, Behold my maid Bilhah, go in unto her, and she shall bear upon my knees, so that I may have children by her. I'm not sure what that means. And she gave him Bilhah her handmaid to wife, and Jacob went in unto her. Okay, so he has 3 wives right now. Jacob has 3 wives. All 3 of them are sisters. They are all sisters. And here, this next one, and Bilhah conceived and bare Jacob a son. As of right now, he has kids with 2 out of these 3 sisters, and he's married to all 3 of them. And Rachel is suicidal because she's infertile or whatever. Behold my maid Bilhah, go in unto her, and she shall bear upon my knees, so that I may also have children by her. I don't know what this means. I don't know what this means. What does this mean? Like, what? No, bad. I don't. This is not good. This is all just yikesy. It's just. Ugh. And Rachel said, God hath judged me, and he hath also heard my voice, and hath given me a son. Therefore she called his name Dan. What? No, she doesn't have a son. It's Bilhah. Wait, children by her. Wait. I don't know what the bear upon my knees things mean, but let's keep reading. Let me see. And Bilhah, Rachel's maid, conceived again, and bare Jacob a second son. And Rachel said, With great wrestlings have I wrestled with my sister, and have prevailed. She called his name Niphtah. And Leah saw that she had left bearing, and she took Zilpah her maid, and gave Jacob her wife. No, this is a 4th sister, not sister. We don't know if this one's a sister. I don't think we know if this one's a sister. This is a 4th person, likely a sister. Let's be real, but like at the very least a 4th person. They're like competing for the number of babies they can have. Okay, what I think this is, I think she's having like children by proxy somehow. Like, of course it's still Bilhah who's pregnant and giving birth, but for whatever reason they're considered as Rachel's children. That's what it seems, and I don't know why or how. But okay. And so Leah is now infertile because of age, probably, and she gave her maid to Jacob to wife. And Zilpah, Leah's maid, bare Jacob a son, and Leah said, A troop cometh, and she called his name Gad. And Zilpah, Leah's maid, bare Jacob a second son, and Leah said, Happy am I, for the daughters will call me blessed. And she called his name Asher. And Reuben went in the days of the wheat harvest. That's one of the kids, right? I think that was the name of the kid from last chapter, one of the kids from last chapter. And Reuben went in the days of wheat harvest, and found mandrakes in the field, and brought them unto his mother Leah. Then Rachel said to Leah, Give me, I pray thee, of thy son's mandrakes. And she said unto her, Is it a small matter that thou hast taken my husband? Wouldest thou take away my son's mandrakes also? And Rachel said, Therefore he shall lie with thee tonight for thy son's mandrakes. That's so okay. So Rachel wants mandrakes, and she's saying, "Hey, give me some of those mandrakes that your son picked." And then Leah is saying, "Oh, you took my husband. Do you want to also take away my son's mandrakes?" Even though it was originally Rachel who Jacob was trying to marry, and it was originally Rachel who he had worked the 7 years for. and then he was like tricked. He was not told that he would be marrying Leah first. Okay, but then after all of that, Rachel says, okay, so it says I'm going to hope and I'm going to guess that he is in Jacob, not he is in her son Reuben, but Rachel is saying that whoever this he is, will have to lie with you, the Leah, tonight for your son's mandrakes. Okay, it is Jacob here. And Jacob came out of the field in the evening, and Leah went out to meet him and said, "Thou must come into me, for surely I have hired thee with my son's mandrakes." And he lay with her that night. For surely I have hired thee? What is this? What is this? And God hearkened unto Leah, and she conceived, and bare Jacob a fifth son. And Leah said, God hath given me my hire, because I have given my maiden to my husband. And she called his name Issachar, or Issachar, something like that. And Leah conceived again, and bare Jacob a sixth son. And Leah said, God hath endued me with a good dowry. And now will my husband dwell with me, because I have borne him 6 sons. She called his name Zebulon. Afterwards she bare a daughter, and called her name Dinah. Imagine having like that many. She had 6 boys in a row, 6 sons, before having a daughter. That's crazy. That's whack. And God remembered Rachel, and God hearkened to her, and God opened her womb. Why did he block it in the... I don't... Can someone explain to me what this is, how this is good, and why this is doing? And Rachel conceived and bare a son, and said, God hath taken away my reproach. And she called his name Joseph, and said, The Lord shall add to me another son. And it came to pass, when Rachel had borne Joseph, that Jacob had said unto Laban, Send me away, that I may go into mine own place, and to my country. Give me my wives and my children, for whom I have served thee, and let me go, for thou knowest my service which I have done thee. And Laban said unto him, I pray thee, if I have found favor in thine eyes, tarry. For I have learned by experience that the Lord hath blessed me for thy sake. And he said, Appoint me thy wages, I will give it. And he said unto him, Knowest how I have served thee, and how thy cattle was with me? Okay, so it sounds like Laban, Jacob's stepfather and uncle, says, "Oh yeah, God likes you, and I have also flourished because God likes you. So I will appoint me thy wages." Okay, so he's saying, "I'll pay you here." At first, I thought it was that he was saying, I'll work for you," but it sounds like he's saying that now, instead of unpaid labor or indentured servitude so that he can have a wife, he's saying, okay, now I'm going to pay you, I promise. And he said, yeah, so consider how much I've served thee, and how good your cows were under my rule. For it was little which thou hadst before I came, and it is now increased unto a multitude. And the Lord hath blessed thee since my coming. And now when shall I provide for mine own house also? And he said, What shall I give thee? And Jacob said, Thou shalt not give me anything. If thou wilt do this thing for me, I will again feed and keep thy flock. I will pass through all thy flock today, removing from thence all the speckled and spotted cattle, and all the brown cattle among the sheep, and the speckled and spotted among the goats, and of such shall be my hire. So he's saying, oh, you don't need to give anything to me. I'll keep tending your stuff as long as I also have my own separate flock of all of the not, it sounds like just the not pure white stuff. I don't think that's necessarily a racial thing. I think it's probably because they weren't white, but it's probably about purity, something like that. But he's gonna take all of the speckled, the spotted, the brown animals. So shall my righteousness answer for me in time to come, when it shall come for my hire before thy face, every one that is not speckled and spotted among the goats and brown and sheep, that shall be counted stolen with me. What? Is he's not going to steal the rest of the things, is he? I don't understand this. I hope I will gain enlightenment in the short rest of this chapter. And Laban said, Behold, I would it might be according to thy word. And he removed that day the goats that were ring-straked and spotted, and all the she-goats that were speckled and spotted, and every one that had some white in it, and all the brown among the sheep, and gave them unto the hand of his sons. And he set 3 days' journey betwixt himself and Jacob fed the rest of Laban's flocks. Wait, so it's Laban that's doing all of this stuff. So he's saying, "Oh, I will continue to tend your flock, but you need to leave." He's saying you get to take all the speckled goats and stuff. It's Laban that's like leaving. That's so weird. I don't understand this at all. I don't know why. I don't even know what like parable, what kind of like metaphor lesson you can learn from this. And Jacob took him rods of green poplar, the hazel and chestnut tree, and piled white strakes in them, and made the white appear which was in the rods. And made the white appear. I assume that's like the insides, like not necessarily sugar cane, but like sap or whatever that's in the middle of these tree rods or whatever, plant rods. And he set the rods which he had piled before the flocks in the gutters and the watering troughs which the flocks came to drink. They should conceive when they came to drink. Does he think that like giving sugar or whatever it is, giving sap to these animals is going to make them fertile or pregnant or whatever it was? And the flocks conceived before the rods, and brought forth cattle ring-straked, speckled, and spotted. And Jacob did separate the lambs, and set the faces of the flocks towards the ring-straked, and all the brown in the flock of Laban. And he put his own flocks by themselves, and put them not unto Laban's cattle. And it came to pass, whensoever did the stronger cattle conceive, that Jacob laid the rods before the eyes of the cattle in the gutters, that they may conceive among the rods. It sounds like he made a pen for them. Okay, cool. But when the cattle were feeble, he put them not in. And so the feebler were Laban's, and the stronger were Jacob's. And the man increased exceedingly, and had much cattle, and maidservants, and manservants, and camels, and asses. Jacob is a mean person. I don't like Jacob. He's like, I'm gonna give you the weak ones. He's not like, I'll take half of them, half of the weak ones, or whatever. He's like, no, you're getting all the weak cattle. You're getting all the like spotted ones or whatever. I don't like Jacob. Jacob's a meanie face, meanie pants man. All right. If you want to suffer through more low energy Bible stuff with me, hit all the YouTuber buttons. Click the subscribe so you can see all of my low energy Bible content when it comes out. Yeah, I was tired today, so that was fun. But yeah, I will hopefully have guests on soon. Some more guests on that will up the content a bit. So if you want to see more of that, go ahead and hit all the buttons, do all the things. Thank you.